Okay, I had mentioned I was making a roast. And this is it. And I'll go into this a little bit. It made me think of a question somebody asked me one time. Okay, this is chuck, which is up on the arm of the critter. So it can be tough if you don't cook it right. But if you cook it right, and okay, here's, well, I gotta get the potatoes and onions out of here. And these are the potatoes out of the garden. Now that's $7 worth of meat there. And the rest of this, of course, cost me nothing because it's out of the garden. But to cook a piece of meat like that, you know, this was done in Fire Fiend over here, but this particular kettle is good in that it's got like ridges on the inside, so it kind of bastes itself, because the trick is to cook it over a liquid. And that's where this large trivet works as a meat rack. You know, you put that in, and then the liquid stays under it, and but it keeps basting itself, and the potatoes cook very nicely. So, like I say, $7. Now I'll eat maybe a half of this chunk for this meal. You know, use some of this juice for the gravy on the potatoes. It'll be great, you know. Then, with the leftover, I will put it in the half-pint jars and can it. You know, let it cool down, and I can slice it thin, put it in the jars, and can it in a pressure canner. Now, that'll give me like 3 more meals, at least, maybe 4 out of that $7 piece of meat. You know, so if you're thinking economical eating and good eating, that's the way to handle it. But that's where this thing comes in very handy, because you don't want the water, you know, you don't want it sitting in liquid. You don't want to boil the meat. But this way all the juice gets out. Oh, the dog's interested. I can see why. But by canning that up in them half-pint jars, or even a pint, though a pint is a lot, but a half-pint is an excellent portion for one person. It's a really cheap way of making a really good meal. I mean, you can't, you know, because somebody was saying, he tends to eat out at fast food places and stuff, and the trick really is to make things in quantity, separate it in portions. You know, you get a lot of, because then, you know, it's like $2 for a really good meal. You can't beat that.